What happened here?
Hello, welcome back to Star Trek Sodium. This week I've dug up a pile of facts all about Star Trek Next Generation's Season 4 classic episode, Family, whereby Captain Picard goes back to the Picard Ranch, or something like that. So please enjoy the facts, and these facts are not AI, they're real.
The original plan for Worf's family was for his Russian father to be the son of classic Star Trek character Chekhov, who would also be played by the actor Walter Koenig. The problem was that Rick Berman allegedly thought that this character would look too similar to Chekhov, therefore confusing some of the fans. So, to put a halt to the confusion, a thick beard was tied to the actor's face and a different Russian accent was spoken, a more southern Russian accent, which would dramatically hide the actor's true nature. The genesis of the idea for the episode came directly from the Worf actor, who sneeded the idea to the producers with the idea of introducing his Russian parents to the show and thus enriching his already interesting character. He had never written a damned word in his life and so entrusted his idea to the writing team. I think the presentation of the Russian parents in this episode is second only to the Russians seen in various early James Bond adventures. Enthusiastic actor and future Chakotay performer Robert Beltram reportedly auditioned for the part of young René Picard. Despite the part needing an actor of around 12 years of age, Beltram was certain that his boyish good looks would gain him the part of the Picard family nephew, but those of you with eagle eyes would note that he indeed did not get the part. Producers of the show would encourage him to keep an eye out for future Star Trek roles in the future, maybe ones that were more appropriate to an adult-sized body. Marina Citrus is seen here once again, stuffing her guts up with chocolate cake, which would be her character's favourite food, but in real life she was strictly banned from eating such rich sugary food. The bird-loving actress supposedly had been given a strict warning from her dentist in her UK home of England, since she had had to have several tooth replacements and even a lip replacement due to the high sugar usage. This Hensing episode introduces us to Jean-Luc's soapy brother, Robert, or Robert. Patrick Stewart famously announced to the team that if he's to perform at his very best, he should be performing with and arguing against a real family member on screen for maximum realism. That's why his cousin Godfrey Jake was reportedly brought in to play the role of the Picard family brother. Stewart and his cousin had had their fair share of fights over the years, and so the animosity that we see on the screen, the smouldering realism of the antagonistic relationship, is built on a foundation of true family hatred. During the filming of a pivotal scene, the actors were all shocked to see a dove fly into one of the studio windows at full speed, splattering wing jelly down the previously clean window pane. Bird enthusiast Marina Citrus was visibly disturbed by this drama and quickly abandoned her acting work to come to the aid of the poor winged vermin. Having a way with birds by being able to emit a throbbing hum which could calm down any bird, she nursed God's stupid creature back to health. The experience of owning her pet duck, Crinkles, had come in handy again. It was Crinkles who had shown her exactly how to emit this special hum, using her mouth and scalp. Now we all know that this episode is called Family, but did you know that other episode names were originally in contention for this episode? Other names that this episode nearly had include The Homecoming, not very good, The Russians, The Nuisance Brother, The Orchard of Trouble, Orchard Fight, Josephine, and The Orchard Brother Finance Jupiter Gold. The title Brothers was nearly used, but it was determined directly by Rick Berman that it was too stupid and simple of an episode title, and so the name that we ended up with is Family. Gates McSomething was in a terrible mood during the production of Season 4's Family. She was raising her voice to her acting colleagues and demanding extra makeup on her puffy face during her usually quick stint in the makeup chair. She would possibly go on to reveal to Michael Piller that the problem was that she hadn't had enough beauty sleep. Piller, to his credit, came up with a plan to ensure that the situation didn't raise its ugly head again. From now on, she would have more beauty sleep, and therefore it would mitigate the possibility of not having enough and causing so much friction on set. It was best behaviour for the actors of the next generation when a visiting royal was on set. Prince Andrew, the Duke of York, was possibly visiting LA with his ugly wife and daft children. As a lifelong fan of Star Trek, he wanted to meet and thank Patrick Stewart face to face for his achievements in Star Trek. As he was a man with many rich and powerful friends, Andrew couldn't stay long as he had things to do, but everyone was so thankful for such a meaningful visit. Rumour has it that the Wesley person, Wheaton, was allegedly caught oscillating at the back corner of the studio when he thought nobody was watching, but unfortunately a studio production assistant found the young actor. The production assistant had seen movement behind some important equipment in the dark corner and wondered what it was. Wheaton's oscillating caught him off guard. He would later divulge in a since-lost interview that he was at first bewildered, but ultimately bewitched by the young actor's hijinks. Now, if we're to believe rumours, the actor who plays Jack Crusher here, in his one appearance in Star Trek, would go on to play another character in another show, also called Jack Crusher, in 2023 in the weak science fiction show coincidentally called Picard. You can't make it up. Thanks for checking out my fascinating facts all about Star Trek Next Generation's Season 4 Family. If you have any more facts about this episode that you think I missed, please just leave them underneath in the comments, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't subscribed, because every single subscriber brings me closer to having another one. So thanks very much, I appreciate it and all that sort of stuff. All the best, ta-ta!